Welcome back to the Grand Canyon.
Welcome into this place.
All right, baby. All right. That's nice.
Okay,
And this
shut up.
hey, look, on this episode, we're going to tell you when it's time to walk away, time when to hold up, fold up, whatever, time to break up.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye.
But before we do that, we want you to click the subscribe button, also the notification button, so when we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. And so what this video is going to be about signs to know when it's time to break up. We got the letter net. Read the letter. Read.
Dear Grand Canyons,
Okay.
I am writing this letter with a heavy heart. I've been in a relationship for 3 years with a guy who is a good guy. Let me start this letter by saying I am not going to bash him or paint him as a bad person. If that were the case, I would not need to write this letter. With that being said, the relationship started out great. I fell quickly because I hadn't felt this way in a long time about a man. Ooh, that sound. Ooh. Before I knew we were spending a lot of time together, I loved being around him, and the sex was great. I really didn't think it could get any better. Silently, I began to think about the M word. About a year and a half into the relationship, it seemed like everything changed. We began arguing about everything. It seemed like we couldn't agree on whether the sun was shining or not.
Wow.
It's almost like I don't know this man. Our interests seemed different. We weren't having fun together anymore. Our communication has come to halt in effort not to argue.
Okay.
I still love him, but I wonder, has the relationship run its course? What do you think, Krista?
Wow. So let me say this, y'all. There are no perfect relationships. And the truth of the matter is 12 years ago, Ned and I, we were doing bad, y'all. And we're the Grand Canyons now, but we just weren't.
Canyons weren't so grand back then.
We were thinking about the D word. And the truth of the matter is $7 saved our marriage. I'm not going to tell you about that. Go look at our video, how $7 saved our marriage. Great video, and you can glean from that. But when it's time to break up, when it's time to let it go, I think there are signs. And we want to give you the 7 ways you know.
Teddy said it best.
What is that?
I think you better let it go. Looks like another love TKO.
Wow.
You gotta know when it's time to hang up the phone.
So what we're going to do is we'll give you the 7 ways to know it's time to let it go. The first one is, and I wrote these down there, when your core values don't line up.
Okay, explain to me what core value is.
A core value, people get core values mixed up with personality traits. Personality traits are like, I'm loud and you're quiet. Okay. Or I like going to ball games, you like going to dance. Okay. But that's not a core value. Core values are your deep-seated belief systems.
Okay.
Like, for instance, if you believe in spending money all the time, all the money we make, and I believe in saving. Or if you believe in going to the club, and I believe in being at home all the time.
Why both of yours got to be the good guy?
I'll be the other one. But when your core values line up, you cannot stay together, y'all. Here's the thing. When they don't line up. And I always tell people, I was like, attraction will get them. Core values will keep them.
That's good. Okay, so core value, what's the
don't
next
line
one?
up. Number 2, when you begin compromising who you are for who they want you to be.
I remember even when I was going with you, but you weren't going with me, and you were like kind of like a roof, like a dog. You was out there in them streets.
Okay.
You always said to me, never compromise your standards.
I did, even though I was out there
Even though
doing
he was the comparable.
But did you know why I said that to you? Because I knew you were a good girl. I knew you were a good girl, and I was just doing bad and foul shit. I knew it. I knew it, y'all. And the thing about it is, most men, honestly, they know the good ones from the bad ones.
I didn't know you knew I was a good girl.
I knew you were a good girl.
You couldn't let me know you knew that?
I mean, because at that time, I was just trying to, okay. Number 3, when you realize you are the only person willing to make the investment necessary to fix it. When you realize, like when me and you had problems, both of us were willing to invest. Both of us were willing to invest the time, the effort, even money to fix it. If I'm the only one, or you're the only one wanting to fix it, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Number 4, abuse of any sort. Abuse of any sort is not good. Verbal, physical, emotional, and financial. I said physical, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse is not good.
You know, I had a friend who used to she was abused physically, and she said to me, and I asked her, I was pleading with her to leave the relationship. They weren't married, they were dating, and she was saying, well, I make him so angry, and he wouldn't hit me if he didn't care. He just cares so much about me, and I could not believe, just for the life of me, how she equated that with love. But some people do.
Some people do, because they've been conditioned to believe faulty. It's a limiting belief that if somebody's willing to hit me, they're willing to get this emotional about something I do, then that's something they feel. And there's something inside of them, they need healing. And there's a part of them that needs to be healed. Anytime you think it's okay for somebody to abuse you in any form, then you need to be healed from that. Okay? And so, that's just a thought that I need to say, because if that's you out there, then you need to be healed. There's something, go to somebody, go to a therapist, go to somebody that can help you address why you feel that way, okay? Number 6, lack of trust. See, trust, here's the thing about trust. Trust is earned. And if you break the trust, and let me be honest, when I was out there like a roof, I had broken the trust. Not necessarily that I was trying to get it, but I had broken, trust is something that needs to be earned. You have to earn it. But if you are perpetually mistrustful, now you have to ask yourself, are you mistrustful because of something the other person's doing? But are you mistrustful because of something that happened in your past?
You see, I always feel different. I don't feel like trust. I think you have to re-earn trust.
Right.
But in the beginning, I give you 100% trust until you give me a
So you give trust freely first.
Why wouldn't I? Why would I go into a relationship or a situationship with someone that from the gate I didn't feel like I could trust them?
Wow.
And so I give the trust, and then
that's powerful. That is good.
You mess the trust up.
That is
and then
powerful.
you have to come back and re-earn that trust. But from just out the gate, you don't have to earn it from me.
That's because you're not broken. That's because you're not broken in a relationship. What you said, you start from a positive place. You start from a good place, and then you work your way back. You don't start from a negative place and work your way to a positive place. Because you're not broken, you don't need healing in that area. All right, and the last thing is lack of support. If somebody's not willing to support anything you do, if they're willing to give you limited support, if they're willing not to support you, but they want you to support them, then it's time to walk away. Time to break up.
Wow.
Time to let it go. Another TKO, whatever you say. Hey, y'all.
You giving 30%, they giving 80%. No, 70.
That is good, though.
Yeah.
What that means is if a person isn't willing to invest the same amount of time, the same amount of resources, maybe same amount of resources that you're willing to invest in a relationship, it's time to walk away. Time to walk away. That's good. You're smart, girl. We the Grand Canyons?
He married me just for my chicken.
Yes, I did.
Y'all have a super fantastic day. We're the Grand Canyons, and we are...